Hello everybody, welcome to another third-party review. Today, thanks to the team over at Show Z, we're taking a look at the NewAge or NewAge SCARAMANGA, aka itty bitty masterpiece legend Soundwave. Absolutely adore these figures. They've got about 15 different versions of this on Show Z. First we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside. Indeed we do. Soundwave on the side and the back. Soundwave there helping poor Megatron, and we have a warning on the box. Don't eat your toys. Without further ado, let's crack him open. I love that these NewAge figures are always like little treasure troves of things. We get the power drivers there for Rumble. We get a selection of hands for Soundwave. Have you seen their Galvatron that they've teased? Oh my goodness me, he looks sensational. And then we have our cassettes. We have Ravage there. And Soundwave looking rather sharp. And then we get the baggie. Let's open up. Now I know that this is a battery operated LED which you place in Soundwave's chest to make it glow. It's the same size as the cassettes. But what on earth is this? What on earth is this? I'm probably being docile. Leave a comment in the description below so I know. Let's get Soundwave out of his box. Now this is a truly beautiful piece, especially for the size. These really are mini masterpiece figures. Now this is slightly darker than possibly his animation counterpart. It's almost bordering on purple. It's such a dark blue. I'm hoping that that's captured on camera, that it's not looking too black. I think I've got the white balance spot on, so it should be working as it should. Have a really cracking figure. I think that's something NewAge are doing remarkably well, is kind of minimizing these masterpiece figures. For people that don't have the room, then these are exceptionally good offerings. They're not the cheapest. There are cheaper alternatives out there, like the Mech Fan toys, for example, but these are by far the most detailed and closest to screen accuracy you're going to get on a scale this big, especially considering they transform. Let's take a closer look, getting up close and personal. You can see just on the inside of Soundwave's chest there, we can bring that down. And we see the screws on the inside. Absolutely adore that head sculpt on Soundwave though. Done an outstanding job. Obviously we can mount the shoulder cannon. I've got one mounted in the hand. They also peg in to that backpack panel. Die cast on the feet as well. Wasn't expecting die cast toes on a figure this big. Gorgeous little piece. I can put the chest piece in. I haven't put any batteries in there yet, but you can close that off. Gives you an idea of what we're looking at. Get a small insignia or something for that. And of course, Soundwave wouldn't be Soundwave without his cassettes. We get Frenzy stroke Rumble, depending on your continuity and how you go by. I always thought it was Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red, but pretty much every other source, like the comics, they all say otherwise. But either way, he's got some awesome little support team members with little tiny folding joints and a little tiny head sculpt there. He's got these guns on his back as well. Which slide up. There we go. Sorry, it's so tiny. Look at that. That's insane. This is minuscule. And we can put the power drivers on, much the same as you would with the MP version. Just flick the hands up like so. Yeah, definitely going to have to display him with his power drivers. I think his arms are a little bit too stumpy. There's no way of extending those. That is the length they are. So definitely love having those power drivers on there, but even that face sculpt, something so small, that's exceptional. We have Ravage. I still can't get over this. Oh, this is insane. Yeah, they don't look the most cassette-like in their alt modes. They look like they're just kind of bunched up into cuboids. But at the same time, wow, hey? Wow. Again, Ravage is lovely. Got articulation going back and forwards on those legs. You can get a very kind of cat-like look to him. Even articulated head. That's insanely good. And last but by no means least, we have Laserbeak. Again, done in this tiny, tiny, minuscule scale. Look at that. You can bend these down if you choose to. But that is so good. It's making my nails look long. They're not long. They grow very, very quickly. But hey, at least they're clean, aren't they? These are so, so small. Get little magnets on the bottom of Laserbeak's feet as well, so he can tally up with the magnets on Soundwave and just stay on there nicely. Here he is with kind of a family portrait of some of the other small figures. We've got the Megafan Toys version of Soundwave there, looking really kind of bulky and Cybertronian in comparison to this Soundwave. We've got the NewAge Smokescreen, Ironhide, Bumblebee there. Found an insignia that works for Bumblebee. I think that kind of works. And that is the Jinbao oversized NewAge Megatron standing at the back there. Obviously much too big for this scale, but I love these NewAge figures. They really are mini masterpieces. And between this and like the new Studio Series 86 line, they're all really nice alternatives to that masterpiece price point. I mean, I thought Bumblebee was small. Oh, he towers over them. For the purpose of the video, I will show you the additional hands. I never change the hands out on these figures because I always end up losing them. But I've got a couple of open palms. They just pop them off the sprue and they're ball mounted, and then we get a kind of trigger finger which is curling, and then a pointing finger as well. And as standard, he comes with two fists, but they are kind of open, ready for weaponry. Articulation on Soundwave is pretty decent. Head can go up. On the ball socket's also got a hinge to go up and down. We go left and right. We can tilt side to side. We've got ball mounted shoulders and go all the way around. We've got a bend on the elbow that goes all the way up. Rotation on those wrists. We have a rotation on the waist. We have an abdominal crunch on the waist, which is fantastic for a figure of this size. Legs are somewhat hindered by the front skirt. It can lift though. Unfortunately, it is a single piece, but we can go forwards, backwards, out to the side, upper thigh rotation, bend at the knee, bring that skirt back down. We get a pivot on those feet, but most of the rotation is done at the thigh level or at the hips. Right, now to get to Mr. Soundwave here transformed up, it's fairly straightforward. You want to remove the weapons from his hands. You want to come around to this back piece here. You want to flip this down, and the head is going to flip down inside the back panel, and then that's going to come back up. This tail piece is going to come down from his crotch. That's going to come up. This is going to spread like this. Let's move his arms out of the way because this rotates around like so, coming around so that these tape pieces are now at the rear. bring the arms down and bring these fists up like so and like so. And then we're going to compress these arms. So on this side, just push and compress. You can see the arms are fully compressed because this tab has gone all the way down to the bottom. You can then rotate this inwards. This is now going to compress into this hinge like so, and these will push, and he says, there we go, just tab in, again on this side, bring that back, close off that hinge, and tab and locate the waist, splits like so. This panel folds down on the back of each leg, and these feet, they're going to flip open and upwards. From here, we want to come around this side, and this is going to basically collapse and slide downwards like so. This piece is going to come around like this, and then this piece is going to straighten up. So we have it like this. Give the leg a tug to untab the knee, and then bring down the knee restraint section. That's what we normally tab that knee pad into. Rotate the leg at the thigh, allowing for this bend to go upwards. That's going to slide up, and there's a couple of different tabbing points on the side. Basically these line up like so, and then this is going to come down. These are all just going to straighten off nicely, so it looks nice and tidy on the underside, and that void at the base is just occupied by those two weapons just tabbing in. I mean, that is a pretty nifty little cassette there, isn't it? I actually had a Sony Walkman back in the day. They were good, they weren't bad at all actually. I didn't really think much of the CD players. They had like an anti-skip technology on them which never worked, but the Walkmans, they were pretty darn good. This is a nice solid lump. Now, like I said, the tape modes aren't exactly tape modes. They kind of resemble them. We get them stickered up, I'd imagine, but then you're going to hide a lot of the detailing. But they do just fit inside like so. There we go. We'll definitely get a little Decepticon insignia to go on here, but I mean, in comparison, it's a good solid piece. This is my son's. I'm more than happy for him to have something like this. But this is a little mini masterpiece, which is definitely mine. I really do love this piece. Highly recommended. If you haven't already jumped on the NewAge train, then I highly recommend you doing so. Prices for these are already starting to go up. Not as much as like the Fans Toys train, which is insane. The aftermarket price on those is ridiculous, but these are getting a little bit pricey on the aftermarket. Just keep your eyes open, and I'm really impressed with the amount that they're pumping out as well. They're giving us lots of different variations. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, for myself and the rest of the collectibles household, goodbye.